What's up, people? Nature Girl 30 here. This is another mini Q&A. I know I haven't done these in a while, but last time I didn't get any questions, so that's why it wasn't done last week. But either way, guys, you sent me questions not only on Twitter, but also on YouTube. Well, let me reverse that. Not only on YouTube, but also on Twitter. Guys, thank you so much for still sending me questions. Y'all are awesome. So let's get started with my first set of questions from Largest. What do you think of the match of Ric Flair versus Mick Foley on SummerSlam 2006? Anything with Ric Flair in it is awesome. Seriously, I'm sorry, I hate to be biased, but I love me the Nate. I love me some Ric Flair. So it's awesome because Ric Flair is in it. What if Ric Flair beat the streak instead of Brock? Do you think you would be happy with that, or would you be happy with that? Yeah, that would really be awesome. That really would be awesome. That would totally make my day. Awesomeness. And what do you think of Flair's promos? Woo! That's all I have to say about that. Everything Ric Flair to me is awesome. I love everything about Ric Flair, and I'm always going to think he's awesome. But moving on to the next set and last set for Twitter is Real Harold. What does the Nature Girl 30 think of Alundra Blaze going into the 2015 Hall of Fame? I actually got a video on that, so stay tuned to that. That's going to pretty much give you the answer that, well, you're asking for. So stay tuned to my response video for that. Your next question for me is the Nature Girl 30 getting Mortal Kombat X in April 2015? Yeah, but honestly, I'm thinking about possibly getting an Xbox One before I actually get the game, because it's made for next gen. So if I actually got it on the 360, it probably wouldn't look the same. So I'm thinking about possibly getting an Xbox One, because not only is it cheaper, it might look better with the game. So I might just get it around my birthday. It might be a birthday treat for me. I don't know. I might do it. I don't know. But yeah, I am definitely getting the game. But because it looks awesome. It looks fantabulous, and I can't believe I said that, but yeah, it looks just really, really good. And not to mention, we have a story somewhat, but it actually does look interesting. It really does. So yeah, I'm definitely getting that game. And your last question for me is, did Nature Girl 30 unlock all the DLC characters in Mortal Kombat 9? No, I have not, but I have seen the playthroughs. I know that, let me see, Kenshi, Scarlet, Freddy Krueger, and Rain. Yeah, I know those are the 4 DC characters. I mean, I know those are the DC characters, 4 DC characters they actually have released. So, yeah. I mean, I haven't played them, but I have played with Kenshi for Mortal Kombat Deception, and I know how awesome he is. Scarlet is okay, but it just seems like her moves are copied. But either or, all I know is I haven't really played with them on my Xbox 360, but I have seen some playthroughs, and it looks awesome. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they play awesome. But I am thinking about probably getting Kenshi. I'm thinking about it. I might be old school, but I am thinking about possibly getting Kenshi for the DLC. But either or, I am really excited about Mortal Kombat X coming out in April. I'm really, really, really crunk about it, and I can't wait until it actually does come out. But unfortunately, I don't have an Xbox One, so I really don't know how it's going to look, you know, on my 360, but I'm still kind of just completely crunk about getting it. But guys, thanks so much for sending me those questions. Those are questions from my Twitter. Now we have questions from my Facebook. You guys have sent me so many questions, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to get to all of them because I'm just now getting most of your questions. So I'm going to get started with Ray Busia. The first question that he has for me is, what if WWE turned Roman Reigns in, oh wait, I think I already answered that. Sorry about that, because I did answer that in the last Q&A. All right, Nintendo Fanboy 1988. Do you think Dusty Rhodes looks sick? Yeah, he kind of does. He lost a lot of weight. I think he's a diabetic. I could be wrong. I remember a long time ago they were talking about diabetes, so I really wouldn't be surprised if he is a diabetic. But if he's not, then for those that know about his health, by all means, leave it in the comments. But I do think he is a diabetic. I could be wrong, but yeah, he does look ill. Um, what did you think of Cody Rhodes' debut in in 2007? Um, I liked his debut. I liked Cody Rhodes. I liked his character. I really did enjoy him, and he always was satisfying to watch, especially after his debut. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought he was awesome, and I was looking forward to see more of him. What did you think of Legacy? I love Legacy, but it was actually geared towards Ted DiBiase to kind of exceed both Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, even though it should have been both. Like, I love Ted DiBiase. He has great personality. He has great skill in the ring, but Cody Rhodes is a little bit better. But Cody Rhodes didn't get the push that he needed when he was in Legacy. So that was kind of the worst thing there. But either or, Legacy was a great group. It was an awesome group. It really did kind of make Randy Orton look like a leader, a heel leader, a great heel leader, as well as having two great accolades, or acolytes, probably acolytes is better, that could actually follow him. Two great followers that actually could follow him and maybe go higher from there. But unfortunately, Cody Rhodes didn't go that far. And not Cody Rhodes, but Ted DiBiase didn't go that far. But with Cody Rhodes, it still keeps continuing, which is good. But either or, I love the group. I really thought the group was pretty good. What if WWE gave Brie Bella a stoner, a stoner gimmick after she breaks up with Nikki? I would be really surprised if they actually did go that route with her. But seeing how that she's like all about being natural, well, not in that sense, but seeing how she's like not really so much into that, that would be a 180 for her. But yeah, I don't think that would be great, especially with Daniel Bryan being her husband. What if the WWE had Daniel Bryan team up with the Bunny and Hornswoggle to form a stable called Goat Bunny and Leprechaun? GBL. I actually think that would be really funny. That would be really funny to see a Hornswoggle with Daniel Bryan and the Bunny. That really would be funny to see. I honestly would not mind seeing that. I think that would be hilarious and would actually bring a little bit of fun into it. So yeah, that'd be great. That would be great. What if Bryan was next? What if Bryan was the next to pull a CM Punk and leaves the WWE for good? That would really be disheartening for a lot of fans. A lot of people really look up to Daniel Bryan, and a lot of people really see themselves in him. So honestly, if he did leave, there will be a lot of fans really upset, and a lot of people stop watching the show. I can't imagine him doing that because he loves the business and he loves what he does. So I can't really imagine him actually wanting to leave. But that's just me personally. But if he does pull a CM Punk, oh boy, talk about the backlash. Thoughts on the popular trend, give Divas a chance. I like it. Seriously, because after that ridiculous monstrosity of a match they had between Emma and Nikki Bella was stupid. No, Emma and Brie, that was just stupid. It really was. It was like a 5-second match, and it really didn't last that long at all. And they kind of redeemed themselves when they had a decent match between Paige and Nikki. So, honestly, I like it. It actually caused some change. So, I'm all for change. So, yeah, I thought it was great. And thanks to R-Truth for starting the trend. Even though it wasn't give Divas a chance, it was like give Truth a chance. But it actually did catch on a lot more than give Truth a chance. But anyway, what if at WrestleMania the WWE decides to screw the Divas by having them make not make me a sandwich match? I doubt that would happen, but yeah, that really wouldn't be great. And I really think a lot of Divas will walk out. What if WWE had the Divas wearing maid outfits shown in backstage segments for cooking food for male wrestlers? How would you think I would feel about that? Honestly, that really wouldn't be great. It wouldn't be great for them, and I doubt that they would do it. Are you getting MKX on release day? Probably not on release day. I might wait a little bit because, usually you always wait. I know I actually take that back. This is for consoles. But on the real, I might get it on release day. It depends on how much it's going to cost. If it's like $60, no. I'm going to wait until it's like about 50 or 40. But either or, if it's a lot more than what I can get, then honestly, no, I'm not getting it. But it all depends on whether or not I get an Xbox One. Because hopefully, if I do get it on 360, on Xbox One, they usually have something that will make it compatible for the system. So I might get on Xbox One just to see how it's going to look. But either or, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get that game. I just don't know which system. What brand TV do you have? I have an RCA. I really have an old school TV. I don't know what year it came in, but I really have an old school TV. How many TVs do you own? I own 3, but I actually have 2 that are hooked up because I'm not using one in the other room, and I have satellite, so they'll charge you extra. So that's why I have only 2. Is the picture quality good on your TV since it's so old? Yeah. Both of my TVs are digital, so they're not like that kind of old school. They're not analog like what you guys are thinking. They are digital TVs, and they do have HD screens, so they actually do show pretty well on the TV. It actually shows up very well. So honestly, yeah, it's pretty good. How much do you weigh? um it kind of goes up and down. Right now I've kind of gained a bit of weight, but I haven't really moved in the last 2 months. Like, my weight has not changed in the last 2 months. But yeah, before I was 185. Now I've kind of gone up 5 pounds, but I'm still working on it. And honestly, I've stayed at 190 for about 3 months, and I haven't gone up and down no matter how much I've worked out. I really don't know why I'm not losing weight. I'm just kind of staying there. So it's kind of like disheartening and disappointing, but hey, I'm working on it. That doesn't make, I mean, that's all you can do. But they interesting questions, man. My next set of questions actually comes from Just Inside. If I can get this to work right. Okay, Just Inside. Thoughts on Brock Lesnar walking out on Raw? I honestly didn't know that Brock Lesnar walked out on Raw until my friend Mr. Griffin actually told me. And when I found out about that, I'm like, I don't know why he would, because it wouldn't make any sense if it was like for money. But after I heard that he walked out, I'm like, whoa, I'm like, why would he do that? Like, seriously. But a part of me was like, maybe it's just a diva in him. Or another half of me was like, maybe somebody really did get on his nerves. Or maybe he just didn't like the whole outcome when it came to who he was fighting at WrestleMania. That could be a case. But either or, if he walked out, I had a feeling that he probably did not like the outcome of not only the Royal Rumble, but also a Fastlane. He probably had somebody in particular that he wanted to fight, and he didn't get that person. Maybe that could be the case. I have no idea. Your next question for me is, have you heard that Roman Reigns failed his wellness policy, and yet Vince is kissing his butt and not suspending that pretty boy? Honestly, we really don't know. I mean, there really hasn't been anything reported from my end. If I'm wrong, by all means, leave it in the comments. But from what I heard from Mr. Griffin is that there was a rumor that he failed his wellness test, and he could be pulling a Randy Orton. The fact that Randy Orton did the same thing, and he still allowed Randy Orton to be in the main events. So I don't know. That could be the case when it comes to Roman Reigns. I have no idea. There hasn't really been anything concrete on my end. But like I said, if you found anything further, by all means, either leave it on my Wrestling Fan Nation page or put it in the comments. But yeah. What is it that made Brock mad and walk out? Like I said, I'm not sure. There's rumors about it being money, and there's also rumors about it being the fact that Roman Reigns is the guy that he's fighting. That he was actually more up to fighting someone else than that he was actually willing to because more than likely he's going to Roman Reigns is actually going to take the belt from Brock. But Brock would rather drop the belt to somebody else besides Roman Reigns. I know Daniel Bryan was one of the guys, but he actually had 2 other guys in mind. I can't remember their names. But I don't think that he was happy with the fact that he was fighting Roman, because he doesn't think that Roman is up to par with him. He doesn't think that Roman is ready for the fight. So he thinks it's going to be a one-sided match, and he wants a challenge. So he was actually more apt for somebody else to fight at WrestleMania 31, but instead he got Roman Reigns. And then there's also a rumor about it being money. But I'm like, that makes no sense, because the guy makes more money than what WWE is paying him. So honestly, it could be the case that he just don't want to fight Roman, but they're trying to put Roman over, so they're kind of force-feeding him in his face, and he kind of got pissed and walked out. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. But it's just speculation for now. Do you believe that it was all just dirt sheet rumors, and or has Reigns legit failed his drug test? I really don't know. Like I said, it's just speculation. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened. I really wouldn't at all, because we really don't know Roman Reigns that well. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did fail his wellness test, probably something minor. But I mean, but if he has, if Vince McMahon is pushing somebody, he will go far beyond Call of Duty. He will break his own rules to make sure his guys stay in there. So I really wouldn't be surprised at all if that's the case. Are you looking forward to Mania? Honestly, no, I'm not. Like, seriously, it doesn't look that good. Like, they're struggling to have a main event happening. And it's like a hodgepodge of mess, even trying to get a decent storyline together. Like, seriously, the whole thing with Sting and Triple H, I'm really hoping it don't fall through. But it seems to me that it just might fall through. Not to mention that they're going to actually have Undertaker. They're going to reveal the Undertaker at WrestleMania 31 instead of hyping him up to WrestleMania 31 like they do like back in the day. Like back in the day, you always knew that the Undertaker was going to show his face and choose his opponent. But now that's not even going to happen. The fact is that Bray Wyatt's going to continue to call him out for 3 weeks, and then he's going to finally call him out at WrestleMania 31, and that's when Taker's going to show up. I really don't know how this WrestleMania is going to pan out, but it don't look good right now. And I'm not really all that interested in seeing it. I'd rather see it on the network than actually seeing it live. That's just me. But it's just kind of messed up how things are going. What do you think of Brie Bella getting wasted on Total Divas and puking on her sister the next day? Brie mode! Honestly, Brie puts so much on herself that I'm really not surprised that there are times that she actually loosens up. But the fact that she puked on her sister was indeed disgusting. But I'm hoping now that Brie mode is like the opposite side of her. It's kind of interesting, but now it's becoming a joke. And I really hope that she stops doing Brie mode for a while, because before people thought it was cute. Now it really isn't. It's kind of somewhat embarrassing, especially the fact that you do it before going to work. Don't go to work with a hangover. That's just a no-no. Don't do that. That doesn't make yourself look good. Thoughts on Brie Bella's new theme song? Yes or no? No. I don't like Brie's new theme song. It's terrible. In my opinion, it just doesn't fit her. I know they have to add something with Brie mode in it. I wouldn't be surprised that's her voice. But still, I don't like the song at all. I like their old song, but Nikki took that. And I guess you wanted something to be different from that kind of matches who she is. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I just don't. But great set of questions, man. My final set of questions actually comes from, of course, the best for last, Final Limits. It's the IC belt. It's the IC title bollocks now. Honestly, I can't really say that it is. They really have done a lot to try to make the IC title become a big deal again, and I really feel like it still is. The US belt, yeah, the US belt's starting to become a joke, but the IC belt still has a lot of prestige behind it, so I don't think it's a complete joke. That's just me. I really think they're actually trying to build it back up again. What if Maria Menounos wrestled Alicia Fox at WrestleMania for 2 hours straight? I would be pissed. Seriously. That will go up there one of my top 5 worst matches of all time. If I actually had to see Maria Menounos wrestle Alicia Fox. Seriously. That would not make me happy. What if at WrestleMania Triple H cut a promo for 2 hours? Don't say that, man. No, we can't. No. 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 I'm just going to say that. Would you pay to see Brock Lesnar versus Ric Flair in an Iron Man match? I love me some Ric Flair. I do. But I know that Ric Flair is not going to last in an Iron Man match. Not at his age. So, no. I would not pay to see that. I will be okay if Ric Flair actually watches from like the sidelines. Do you agree that people are calling AJ Lee anorexic on social media? Or are they just being bullies? They're just being bullies. I know that AJ is a lot smaller than she used to be. That's the one thing that I have noticed. She is a lot smaller. All of her curves are about gone. And I really don't know why she's working out so hard. But on the real, like every ounce of her, every inch of her curves are about gone. And I kind of miss them. Like I miss it's like women with curves look like real women. She is a lot smaller than she is, but I guess it's because when she was had a little bit of meat on her, she looked like a 12-year-old. But now she looks like a 16-year-old. Either or, she can't change how she looks. It's just that's how she's gonna look. She's gonna look young for a long time, which is good, which is very good. How much do you seriously think she weighs? Um, Looking at her, I wouldn't be surprised if she weighs a buck 05. Seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if she weighs a buck 05. So I'm just gonna say that she weighs a buck 05. um, do you think you could seriously take her, or do you think you can take her? No, probably not, because she's a wrestler and she could probably just rip me apart with those submission holds. Um, are you like Brock Lesnar compared to AJ Lee? Probably not. Brock Lesnar's a beast, and I am not that skilled in fighting, so more than likely no. What if Trish Stratus came back to WWE and put over these two divas, Maria Menounos and Alicia Fox? Why'd you have to do that, dude? Seriously, I'd be so angry if I saw that. Is WrestleMania 31 gonna suck this year? I hope not, but it don't look good right now. It just don't. I'm sorry. It really does not look that good. So I really don't know. But it just don't look that good. It's 2015 been bad for WWE so far? It doesn't look good, but it has had its good moments, but it's not all that great. It's not starting off great, but I'm hoping that it gets better down the line. That's all I can say about that. Is WWE making you lose passion for the business? There's just so much shade going on, man. It kind of number one, it's not fun anymore, and number two, you can tell the fans are getting sick of it, and it's like all the fun's being zapped out of it. Seriously, there are great moments when you have a breath of fresh air, like last night's Raw when we saw Jon Stewart. That was a breath of fresh air. And I mean, especially when it came to a celebrity. Usually, celebrities that are invited on suck, but honestly, it was a breath of fresh air seeing Jon Stewart on there. And that's what I like. I like things that are fun, but it's not even fun anymore. It really isn't. It's like knowing what's been going on behind the scenes with the business and how shady it is. It started really just put a bad taste in my mouth. Let alone make it not fun. Like seriously, it just isn't. What if WWE replaces Alundra Blaze Hall of Fame entry with Maria Menounos? I'm just shuddering today. And what is with Maria Menounos, man? Like seriously, if she gets replaced, that would be messed up for Alundra. But I always know her as Medusa. She will always be Medusa to me. Why is everyone in love with this Jon Stewart guy? Who the heck is this Jon Stewart guy? What does he do for a living? Okay. Jon Stewart, for those that don't know who Jon Stewart is, and I actually said this on my Raw review, Jon Stewart is probably the most beloved guy in pop culture today with The Daily Show. For those that have not seen The Daily Show, by all means, go back and watch it and tape the episodes if you can, because towards the end of the year, Jon Stewart is going to be retiring. Now, with The Daily Show, it's all about political satire, but it's talking about real stories, but he's saying it in a very comedic point of view. And it's a lot of things that people want to say, but can't say it. And not to mention, he says it in a very intelligent way. And it's hilarious. He actually did a great job taking over for Craig Kilborn and actually made the show fun. And he's done it for a long time. And now, after Stephen Colbert left his show, he's going to be leaving his as well. And for those that have not seen it, by all means, go to Comedy Central and watch a full episode of it. It's awesome. Or for those that have the app, by all means, check it out on the app. I can't stress how great this show is. Seriously. So for those that do not have, or for those that don't get Comedy Central in whatever country you're in, all I can say is check and see if you get the not the WWE app, please don't, but check and see if you get the Comedy Central app on your phone or on your tablet, and actually look up The Daily Show, or on Hulu, see if it's on there. But it actually is a good show. But you'll find out exactly what I mean and why people love him so much, because it's a really great show. Can you show your Xbox gaming collection like you did with your Genesis games collection in 2013? All right, guys. You want to know? You want to know about my games that I have and my gaming collection that I have for Xbox 360? Here we go. I will say that I actually do got 3 of the original Xbox games. I got Soul Calibur 2. I also got Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, which is not all that great. And I also got Deception, which was somewhat pretty good. And it actually still plays on my Xbox 360, and I actually beat those. But here's the ones that I have beaten it, and I have a lot of them. Here I actually beat Halo 3. That is a pretty fun game, and I just bought this one, and I love this game so much, and it made Aquaman look so cool. Injustice: Gods Among Us, one of my favorite games. Oh my gosh, I will literally play the crap out of this, and I'm still not done with it yet. I mean, I beat the story mode, but I still have the labs thing, the Star Labs thing to do. I also got BioShock 2, beat that. Got Mortal Kombat 9, beat that. Haven't beat the Challenge Tower, but I haven't really wanting to pick up this game because honestly, this is kind of sort of like Injustice. But either or, it's still good. They're both really good. But I might go back and play them. Next is LA Noire. It took me a minute to beat LA Noire, but it's a really good game to play, and I'm a huge fan of the old school Detective Noir, so that's the reason why I love this game. And it's actually pre-owned, so as you can see, I got it from Best Buy. Beat Dishonored. Really great game to play for those that actually like the stealthy games. I suck at stealth, hence why I got the bad ending instead of the good ending. But either or, good game. And I got BioShock Infinite. Of course, I bought that first, beat that first. Awesome game. Halo 4. I got Kinect Adventures because it came with the Kinect. And I also beat BioShock. So those are all my games that I actually did beat. And it's a good bit. I also have some that I've beaten on Xbox Live because I have a few Xbox Live games. I did beat DuckTales, and I did beat Final Fight Double Impact, which actually has another game behind that. And I also beat Gears of War, and I have Gears of War on Xbox Live. So I actually did beat that as well. Here are the games I haven't beaten yet. WWE 13, haven't beaten that yet. Dance Central 2, of course, haven't beaten that yet. Blaze Blue, which is like an anime fighting game. Dead Rising, haven't beaten that yet. And I haven't beaten Dead Rising 2 yet either, and not the DLC because I actually bought both of them. I got a DLC for free, but I actually did buy the game. And I haven't beaten Burnout Paradise yet. I haven't really beaten that, and I actually have that on Xbox Live. I haven't beaten the Genesis collection, and there's like so many freaking games. Of course, I have not beaten them, except I have already beaten Streets of Rage, as well as for Altered Beast, and I also had Streets of Rage 2, and I've beaten that. I also got that on Xbox Live. I don't know why I bought that twice, but either or. And here's Burnout Paradise. Haven't really beat that either. But yeah, those are my games, guys. That's my collection, and this is the Q&A. Thank you so much for sending me questions, and by all means, send me more via YouTube or on my Twitter at RKA30 #NatureGirlQ&A. It's NatureGirl30 signing off. Peace out. Later.